Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, one more story about my friend Nicole in Rochester. You see, even though she called her junkie friends vampiric, she wanted a taste. Hey, we both loved Lou Reed, you see. Both she and I were 20 years old. We were hopeless misfits. I had smoked so much hash by that point, I never wanted to be near it again. The folks I knew who had harder drugs were into their own highs and minds, had no interest in sharing with me, penny-pinching, skin-flicked addicts, yeah! What other kind are there, penny-pinching, skin-flicked addicts? So one night, Nicole said, let's get some heroin. And she did not call it by any slang names. She ended up talking to two guys who would never have talked to me. And they said they'd help her. You see, these guys, they look like dumb linebackers with hair the color of corn husks and muscles that went on for miles. They talked to Nicole because she was blonde and didn't wear makeup, whereas I was walking around with black lipstick and blue hair, and I had the sort of body that was popular in New York City, but not Rochester. No titties, man! I felt that the linebackers would mess things up. They were just too nervous. They pranced like cartoon roosters, like that Southern General rooster that is in the Warner Brothers cartoon, Foghorn Leghorn. The dudes didn't want to be part of this operation so much for Nicole and I. But they did want drugs! And I suppose they felt a safety in numbers. A safety in this weird girl's car, Nicole's car, that we drove across the Genesee River and into the falling apart blocks of pure poverty that girded the edge of the campus like a black tidal wave being kept out by a dam. As we got closer to the address that someone had acquired, the dudes in the front seat told us we should squat down in the back seat so no one on the streets would see there were women left alone in the car. I remember feeling that this whole thing was idiotic. I craved the curried food sold in corner stalls. I lived in Baltimore, London, and New York City by this point. I didn't feel fear of blackness that my companions had, yet I squatted with Nicole in the back seat anyway. I had a crush on her and took the opportunity to lay my head near hers and see how she would respond. After 10 minutes, the blonde dude sauntered out of the building, saying it was okay if we come in. When we did, we went up a carpeted stairwell that smelled like urine and feet in what was once a stately house, now divided into rinky-dink rooms colored only by the unearthly spooge of TV. A family was in there. A guy and his girlfriend and a couple of kids. There were some chairs, clothes thrown around, very little in the way of belongings. Two black men joined the two white men around the oven. An oven where something they were trying to do was taking a long time. They were heating up pouches of tin foil over the oven's glowing orange radiator coils. A bare bulb over the oven showed me their faces, the little dances each man made in anticipation of the high. I saw bubbling white chunks on each tinfoil scrap. It looked like rock candy. The men proceeded to smoke this stuff out of pipes. Nicole decided to join them, wanting any experience, but I felt wrong watching the whole thing. One kid was asleep on the couch, and in another room, a very small room, like a closet, a baby was wrapped in blankets on the bed. It was a small baby, maybe 5 or 8 months old. The baby didn't have a crib. I wondered how often the baby rolled off the mattress, or if the baby was used to sitting there, wrapped up in swaddling clothes indefinitely. No light was on in the room. There was only a black and white TV, and it cast a blue glow over the baby's big eyes. I heard everyone's nervous chatter around the oven, and I sat down on the bed. I stared into the eyes of this baby, wondering what it might be feeling. I just wanted to be there for 5 minutes, 10, half an hour, forever with this baby. I muttered some gentle things to it, but didn't pick it up. This wasn't my world, my place for picking up a baby I'd never see again. That baby's eyes were so big in the TV light. As the Milky Way.